at Laguna Creek High School, Elko, California, and we are both number 10. We just first wanted to take the time to thank SMUD for giving us this opportunity to learn more about sustainable and renewable energy sources and how to use that knowledge and apply it. We really enjoyed this process because we as an academy are always looking for new things to learn regarding energy, and to be given the chance to participate in this event again, we are really thankful for. So the first thing we focused on with our boat design was our sustainability. Because GETA is very focused on renewable energy sources, we approached this concept with the question, what can we do to be the most sustainable? So the first decision we made was to use old components of old projects on our boat design to improve it. Now, this is something that we do in the class actually. For example, the seniors this year, for their land sale vehicles, use old wheels on their projects. The next thing that we really focused on was our recycling of plastics. So for our plastics, we searched for high density polyethylene recycle number 2, HDPE plastic, and that was found in things such as laundry detergent bottles, Home Depot plastics, hard hats that were donated to us by our school district that they weren't using anymore, and a plastic playground slide. So we took these pieces and we cut them down into more manageable pieces. As you can see over there, the white is the hard hats, and we put them through a grinder with a grate at the bottom, and we put it through multiple times so that the pieces of plastic were fine enough to work with. As you can see here, I have the plastics. So these plastics, we really wanted to make sure that they were all HDPE so that we had homogeneous plastics, and so that we chose these plastics because they're the easiest to work with. It's what we're familiar with. So we took these plastics and we put them under a heat press, and as you can see here, we had these big sheets of melted plastic. These are some of the shredded pieces from the Home Depot buckets, and these are some of the shredded pieces from the hard hats. And we cut these pieces, and we layered them. We layered 3 on top of each other, and we cut them out to actually make our throttle handle. Originally, our ambition was to also make an oar out of plastic, but due to challenges we faced on the way, we had to rely on a wooden oar. Now, the biggest decision we made for sustainability was something that we did to reduce our waste, and that was to reuse our boat from last year's regatta. What we did was we again took components from old projects to improve our boat design, and we redesigned our boat.
Hello, I'm Mason, and I'm a senior at GETA this year. I worked on our fabulous boat last year. It was a pleasure to fabricate it, and I will be presenting technical design. Starting off with our V-shaped hull. It's a perfect compromise of stability and maneuverability, enabling us to keep up in the straights in speed, as well as turning for competitions like endurance and slalom. Next we have our fairing. This year, one of our main focuses was efficiency. We went about that through fairing. Fairing is using 3D printed parts to make parts of the boat more hydrodynamic, which decreases the drag, which decreases the power usage from the boat, so we can go faster and be more efficient.
Next up, we have our cable steering system. We're introducing this system again because last year our 2-round hydraulic system was too slow and wasn't responsive enough for turns. So we got rid of that, which reduced weight significantly, simplified the system, and now we have a much better turning radius that we have seen testing. Our last piece of technical design is on hydrofoils. This year we really did a lot for investigating hydrofoils and other components in our sport competition. Unfortunately, we were not able to quite finish them this year, but we are looking forward to next year's competition for that. Here we have our model boat with hydrofoils on it. As you can see, we've done a lot of testing and refinement. So these are a few prototypes down. We've decided on a larger aspect ratio or span, which increases the efficiency by decreasing tip vortexes made by the pressure rounds of the hydrofoils. And then we again have our fairing aspect here. Different fairing radii will decrease interference rate in different ways, as well as adding weight to the boat and drag. So it's definitely a lot of variables to control there. Next up, we have the depth of the foils in the water. That matters a lot. surface winds can cause a lot of drag as we move up. So we got to keep those spoils low, even while we're rising through the water. That's all I got.
Hi, my name is Jadzia and I'll be presenting artistic design. So I was one of the people in charge of creating the design for this year's boat. We took a lot of inspiration from the movie Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, because I don't know if you've heard of it. It's very popular amongst our generation right now. So we made sure to incorporate the theme of Spider-Verse into our check-in video, our boat, and even our uniforms. And so for our check-in video, we thought it'd be a cool idea to bring back alumni. And so we did this by bringing them back through portals, which is something that is featured in Spider-Verse. Each of the different years was a different alumni. And so we did that and they gave us advice if you saw our video. And so for the actual boat design, the first thing that we did was create a Pinterest board, which was a collage of the different characters, scenes, and posters from the movie. And so with that collage, we were able to come up with a design. And then we took orbital sanders and we sanded off the previous year's design so that we could have a fresh canvas. We used spray paint and a graffiti technique in order to execute the actual paint job. The reason we use a graffiti technique is because Miles Morales, the main character of Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, is popular and well known for his graffitiing. He does a lot of graffiti art around his town, and then he also incorporates it into his own Spider-Man suit. And so you can see on the port side, we have the name tag that says, "Hello, my name is GETA," in a graffiti style. We have a cityscape, and then we have the windmills, which are also part of our own GETA logo, and then we have the solar. And then on the starboard side, we have Spider-Man, which, if you can guess, represents Spider-Man. And then on the AMA, we have the different portals, which are alumni of the character. And then on the actual jerseys, we have the number 10, which is the number of our boat, and then we have the Spider-Man spiderwebs, which incorporate back into our theme, and our school's name, which is Laguna.
Hello, I'm Olivia, and I'm going to be presenting the electrical system and solar aspect of our boat. So here we have a schematic I made of our electrical system. We have a 36-volt system. So the solar panels, to make sure they're compatible, we have to look at the nameplate. And on the nameplate, the maximum power voltage is about 30 volts. So we wire them in parallel so that doesn't double. And then for the batteries, they're 11.1 volts, so we wire them in series, so that doubles, and we put them through a DC to DC converter to make it to 36 volts. And then this competition is really for my generation to learn a lot more about renewable energy, especially solar panels. So during my research, I focused on three main areas, which was the design and theory, the photoelectric effect, and the efficiency issues that come with solar panels. So for design and theory, solar panels are a p-n junction, which means they have a positive and negative side. The negative is on the top, and it's pure silicone doped with phosphorus, which has 5 valence electrons, while the silicone has 4. So when they're put together, there's an extra electron, making it slightly negative. And with the bottom, the positive, it's pure silicone doped with boron, which has 3 valence electrons, leaving a hole, which makes it slightly positive. And when they're put together, it creates a depletion zone. So the extra electrons on the bottom of the negative layer fills the holes on the top of the positive layer. That creates a barrier to prevent any more extra electrons from going into the holes, which makes them have to go through the external circuit. And then the photoelectric effect is just how the solar panels produce energy. So light energy, which are photons, have to have a certain amount of energy to break the binding energy of the extra electrons. And once that binding is broken, the extra energy is turned into kinetic energy that goes through the system. And then the efficiency issues, there was 3 main ones that I found, which were microcracks, solar panel discoloration, and light-induced degradation. So to mitigate the impact of these effects, we put our solar panels covered and in a dark temperature-controlled room. This is to help prevent microcracks, because microcracks are caused by thermal cycling. And so the constant temperature just prevents that. And then the discoloration and light-induced degradation is reduced by keeping it out of the sun as long as possible. And for the LID, I found that particularly interesting because essentially it's sunlight that over time causes defects in the solar panels, and it creates recombination areas where more extra electrons will fill the holes without going through the external circuit, which reduces the efficiency. And really, while researching it, there wasn't too much known exactly how it worked or what exactly was happening with the solar panels, and so it's something that I can look into when I'm older.
Thank you, Olivia. Hi, my name is Kevin, and I'll be covering the teamwork aspect of the boat competition we have been working on for the past 7 months now. This year, our 11th year of competing, we've had the biggest team we've ever had with 20 members spread across 8 different departments, ranging from artistic design to sustainability and everything between. We cross-collaborated with each other in order to make sure that the theme of the Spider-Verse is maintained throughout. So, like, for our artistic design, the boat is very heavily inspired by the Spider-Verse aesthetic. Our video was edited to make it so it looks like it came out of the movie, and the uniform both have the tag and the spider webs to maintain that theme as well. Not only that, but also we also cross-communicate with each other, and like we also helped each other even if we were in the same department to make sure that we finished everything in time for the race. Additionally, during winter break, we also got together in order to fundraise some money in order to buy a new motor so that we can race better within this competition. And lastly, I would like to thank SMUD for offering us this opportunity to compete and race against all these other teams here we have today. And I'd like to open up the floor for anyone who has any questions for us.
Our new motor has a longer shaft on it, which ties back into our hydrofoils. As the hydrofoils lift the boat out of the water, obviously we need a longer longer shaft for the processing.
For that, we try to it's mainly contacting our own alumni, and we reach out to them in order to make sure we can get advice from them so that we can make things better.
It was a significant increase. Even last year, we had cables as a backup that we ended up using for the slalom. We don't have exact numbers for the turning radius, but I would say a 50% increase.
Up next on sprint should be Hiram Johnson and SPS. Nice. And then on deck for endurance, we should have series headed down to Ramsey. Great job. Don't forget to
So what we did for that was we took these little pieces of plastic after we grind it down.
You got this.
And we placed them onto our truck that we have at our building at school. And this compressor is powered electrically, and it heats up to around 220 Celsius, which is around 600 degrees Fahrenheit, in order to make sure that the plastic is fermented. So we get these sheets of plastic that we have, they're pretty big. We cut this down so we can have it here. All the plastic is usually it's mixed plastics that we're getting stuff from. And we cut these pieces out and we stack 3 layers of these plastic sheets on top of each other. And we measured out what we created our drawing table.
I think pretty much all of it was reused. We did have our DC to DC converter was we blew it out and then we got a new one and then we blew that one out. So, but pretty much everything was reused. I don't know.
The first time we accidentally shorted it through our solar circuit. So we went out battery through the solar and then back into the DC converter that blew it up. And then this time we just put the leads of the battery on.
Woo!